Sex is a part of nature. I go along with nature. Sexes are chiefly good as lovers when they are betraying their wives. I always have a full-length mirror next to the camera when I'm doing publicity stills. That way, I know how I look. I am alone. I am always alone no matter what. I am good, but not an angel. I do sin, but I am not the devil. I am just a small girl in a big world trying to find someone to love. I am invariably late for appointments, sometimes as much as 2 hours. I've tried to change my ways, but the things that make me late are too strong and too pleasing. I am involved in a freedom ride protesting the loss of the minority rights belonging to the few remaining earthbound stars. All we demanded was our right to twinkle. I am not a victim of emotional conflicts. I am human. Hollywood is a place where they'll pay you $1,000 for a kiss and 50 cents for your soul. Having a child, that's always been my biggest fear. I want a child and I fear a child. I don't want everybody to see exactly where I live, what my sofa or my fireplace looks like. I don't mind making jokes, but I don't want to look like one. I don't mind living in a man's world as long as I can be a woman in it. I don't look at myself as a commodity, but I'm sure a lot of people have. I don't know who invented high heels, but all women owe him a lot. I don't digest things with my mind. I don't consider myself an intellectual, and this is not one of my aims. But I admire intellectual people. I defy gravity. I am trying to find myself. Sometimes that's not easy.
Give a girl the right shoes, and she can conquer the world. Girls shouldn't worry about being the equal of men in the business world, and wire stays should have never been invented. No man wants to hug a padded bird cage. Friends accept you the way you are. Friends accept you the way you are. For a long time I was scared I'd find out I was like my mother. First, I'm trying to prove to myself that I'm a person. Then maybe I'll convince myself that I'm an actress. Fear is stupid. So are regrets. Fear is stupid. So our fame will go by, and so long I've had you fame. If it goes by, I've always known it was fickle. So at least it's something I experience. But that's not where I live. Fame may go by, and so long I've had you. Fame may go by. Fame is like caviar. You know it's good to have caviar, but not when you have it at every meal. Fame is fickle, and I know it. It has its compensations, but it also has its drawbacks, and I've experienced them both. Fame doesn't fulfill you. It warms you a bit, but that warmth is temporary. Experts on romance say for a happy marriage there has to be more than a passionate love. For a lasting union, they insist, there must be a genuine liking for each other, which, in my book, is a good definition for about being an actress, is more exciting than being one. Dogs never bite me, just humans. Dogs never bite me, just humans. Designers want me to dress like spring, in billowing things. I don't feel like spring. I feel like a warm red autumn. Depending upon my activities, I sleep between 5 and 10 hours every night. I sleep in an extra wide single bed, and I use only one heavy down comforter over me, summer or winter. I have never been able to wear pajamas or creepy nightgowns. They disturb my sleep. Creativity has got to start with humanity. And when you're a human being, you feel, you suffer, you're gay, you're sick, you're nervous or whatever. Consider the fellow. He never spends his time telling you about his previous night's date. You get the idea he has eyes only for you and wouldn't think of looking at another woman. Confidentially, the type of male I find most enjoyable for a friend is one who has enough fire and assurance to speak up for his convictions.
A sex symbol becomes a thing. I just hate to be a thing. A smart girl leaves before she is left. A strong man doesn't have to be dominant toward a woman. He doesn't match his strength against a woman weak with love for him. He matches it against the world. A woman can bring a new love to each man she loves, providing there are not too many. A woman can't be alone. She needs a man. A man and a woman support and strengthen each other. She just can't do it by herself. A man makes you feel important, makes you glad you are a woman. A man is more frank and sincere with his emotions than a woman. We girls, I'm afraid, have a tendency to hide our feelings. A man has a tendency to accept you the way you are. Most women immediately start to pick flaws and want to change you. A career is wonderful, but you can't curl up with it on a cold night. A career is born in public, talent in privacy. A woman knows by intuition or instinct what is best for herself. All my stepchildren carried the burden of my fame. Sometimes they would read terrible things about me, and I'd worry about whether it would hurt them. I would tell them, "Don't hide these things from me. I'd rather you ask me these things straight out, and I'll answer all your questions." An actor is supposed to be a sensitive instrument. An actor is supposed to be a sensitive instrument. Isaac Stern takes good care of his violin. What if everybody jumped on his violin? An actress is not a machine, but they treat you like a machine. A money machine. Arthur Miller wouldn't have married me if I had been nothing but a dumb blonde. At 12 I looked like a girl of 17. My body was developed and shapely. I still wore the blue dress and the blouse the orphanage provided. They made me look like an overgrown lummox. Beauty and femininity are ageless and can't be contrived, and glamour, although the manufacturers won't like this, cannot be manufactured. Not real glamour. It's based on femininity. Before marriage, a girl has to make love to a man to hold him. After marriage, she has to hold him to make love to him. Black men don't like to be called boys, but women accept being called girls.